So this weekend I turned 40. It was quite the it was a really, really fun, beautiful time. Like I so many people came in town. Sophia threw a massive party for me on Saturday. She rented a warehouse and brought in different like segments. So you had like a tattooing booth. So someone was there doing tattoos. Someone was there skating a small little like pipe, like a little like not as big as a half pipe, but like a little fun bunny like slope type thing. Then we had airbrushing where you could do hats and shirts and, people were putting everything and anything under the sun on their apparel. So, um, we had Samantha Ronson who was DJing. Like we just literally had, probably like 40, 50 people, very intimate, very sweet, all different walks of lives. Both of our friends came from all over the place to be there. Um, but like I got to skate at my party. The theme was Florida, so there was palm trees, there were gators. I mean, it was so much fun, and she had all my favorite food. It was just so thoughtful and so sweet. I really love, I love very slow cooked pork tacos and that like dipping sauce that's like just it's was insane. I love chicken wings, like dry rub charred chicken wings are like one of my favorite. It was very all over the place. It was a melting pot and it was exactly me. Like she nailed it. And yeah, we got really hype. We fucking had old school jams, new school. It was really, really sweet. I got two birthday tattoos. I got this one, a chick riding a shark. Very Florida. We had Florida tattoos. Literally, at one point, there was a Publix, which is our grocery store. She had a alligator with my baby pictures, like standing on top of it. Here is a cowboy with carrying a surfboard. Like she nailed it. And then for my actual birthday, she brought me and like six of my closest friends to Fort Charles, which is my favorite restaurant. If you do not know, Fort Charles has the absolute best hamburger in New York City. So we got hamburgers, we've got French dips, I mean, we ate so much, but we laughed so much. I laughed, I cried. I feel so grateful. I have such great people in my life who showed up. And just like, it's such a mirror at 40. It's such a reflection of the things I've gone through, the changes I've made, the failures, the success, the people who still are by my side through it all. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be in such a good place in my life. Like, it's really my time. Like I'm so full of love and I feel so gentle and kind, even though I feel like the world outside is sometimes on fire, I really feel at peace. And I'm just so grateful of the small little moments that I'm not searching for anything crazy. I'm just really in my body and really at peace. I flew home. I got the chance to actually be on the ground at Red Bull Rampage in Utah, and what an experience it was for me. I could not believe how insanely gnarly that competition is. Like, it is not for the faint. The amount of like mental and physical load that goes into these competitors charging cliffs and mountains and extreme all terrain, like it is not for the weak. And being able just to be there and experience the magnitude that they are committing to is quite spectacular. And unfortunately, several people took really gnarly falls. And, a lot of people had to drop out of the competition because that is how serious it is. And that's the competition they prepare for every single day. And it comes with, the risk. But wow, they're really laying the foundation and showing people what is possible in their sport. And it was a really, really fun community, like the sense of community on that mountain, because it is literally life and death. Everyone's rooting for each other. Everyone wants the best for each other. Everyone wants safety. So anytime someone lands like crazy drops or insane double backflips or whatever the case is, everyone's cheering because they know what it takes. And I really liked being a part of that type of community where people are genuinely celebrated, and really they're just like pushing the envelope of where this sport can actually go. And I love seeing what they're trailblazers. These women and men are trailblazers in what they're doing, and I respect that. I think what really makes women's sports so unique is really the sense of belonging and community. I think it's a melting pot for safety. I really think what I love so much about women's sports is there's no bullshit. Like, people stand on the right side of change and inclusivity. And I think, it's so much bigger than just the sport. It is a landing zone for the misfits. It's a landing zone for the queer community or those struggling with isolation or mental health. Like, it's a place where you feel belonging and safety in those walls. And I think that is why I love women's sports so much. I get to perform, or I had the privilege to perform in front of people who really were pivotal in standing on the right side of change and inclusion. And to me, that is worth fighting for. And that is why people are such hardcore fans, because of that sense of belonging. I don't find, and it's the true authentic, like, people are just authentic. They can be themselves at their fullest and at their core with, without feeling some sense of shame or loss or anything that is hateful outside the walls of the stadium. I just think women do a great job of just building that sense of community through storytelling and belonging. I really love Jockular. I love their take on the women's sports landscape. You don't have to have a technical or tactical eye to understand the sport. And I think they do a really, really great job of opening the door for people who may not be fans or may not understand, but gives them permission to be a part of it without making it overly complicated or not understanding the technical, tactical terms of the game and the sport. Because it is a hard sport to understand, but you can always be a fan of good storytelling. And Jockular does such a great job of inviting people in, not taking themselves too seriously, and really bringing laughter at the forefront, which I find right now in this current landscape, we need more than ever. All right, well, let's get to it. I'm really excited to introduce ER Fightmaster and Tien Tran. Today we've got a crew that proves you can be hilarious, horny, and passionate about women's sports all at once. Welcome to the show, ER Fightmaster, Tien Tran, the legends behind Jockular. They make queer sports commentary feel like therapy, honestly, but it comes with nachos and a sweet group chat. Everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Wide Open. I'm your host, Ashlyn Harris. Let's give a round of applause to ER and Tien Tran.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wait, should we update our description for our podcast?
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was really nice.
I mean, I'm here. I'm a hype woman, if you didn't know this about me, okay?
Yeah,
Let me just tell you that. But first things first, who is the captain of the chaos? Who leads the Jockular locker room? I have to know.
We take turns.
Yeah.
We really
Depends
do.
on the day. Yeah.
Yeah, they're because we all have a bunch of different jobs. And so I think there are days that like we rely on each other to come in and like there are days that I've come in and I'm just like, I swear to God, if Katie and Tien can't pick me up today, like I just won't show up. And
that is hilarious.
And we've had days also, I think, where all of us come in tired and we're like, oh fuck. And then it's our producer,
Honestly, those
Harry.
are our best episodes.
That's like really when shit just starts popping off the tongue.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, we should do this more often.
I think one of our best episodes is we all ate something that upset our stomachs, and we. Do you remember that fight?
I do remember that.
And that was maybe one of our best episodes.
I really like the drinking episodes. When we get to drink.
What are we doing? Where do we go wrong today? Where's my drink?
We should have started with alcohol. I know that you're not supposed to say things like that, but alcohol is positive. The doctors are saying it's good for you. It helps you live longer and it makes you smarter.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The general surgeon says it's good for everyone.
Yeah, the general surgeon.
I can't. I have to know the story behind how this podcast Jockular even actually started, because it is fucking brilliant. It is such a good. Do you know what I love about it? It caters to everyone. You do not have to know exactly the ins and out of sports, the technical or tactical background. And I find so many of these new sports podcasts, it's really not for everyone, but Jockular is. And I'm curious, how this started, why women's sports, where did that background even come from?
Well, Fight and I and Katie started kind of texting each other maniacally during COVID, during the the Women's March Madness, and just how exciting that was. And so we just ended up sending memes to each other, mostly very horny memes, just like
a slow motion, a slow motion highlight of some athlete's thighs. This is powerful.
I heard you're really into legs. I've heard a few different podcasts now. You really are.
I'm a
leg kind of person.
Freak.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a thigh freak. I be looking at those thighs. I like that.
Wait. Best sport for thighs? You have to tell me, in your opinion.
Well, I mean, I do think soccer is an obvious one.
Yeah,
but
that's
I've
one
been
for
coming
me.
to rugby as well. Yeah.
You've been coming to rugby.
I've been coming to enjoy. I've been coming to
Tell us
rugby.
how you really feel.
I have been coming to love rugby because it's soccer plus the scrums, and the scrums are just the thighs on it's turbocharged thighs. It's an incredible experience. It's the thighs at their best.
The basketball girlies have great legs too.
And the shorts are starting to go.
They are
up, right?
They really are.
So this is why we started the podcast. It's all about legs.
It is.
We all have a good healthy mix, and I think you said this in your intro of we're super queer and we're also all pretty militant feminists. And so in 2020, when the wobble started for the WNBA bubble, I think it was just such a cross section of all the things that Tien and Katie and I happen to find important. You have all of these conversations happening about racial equality, even stuff like paid maternity leave and how we take care of mothers who are on the court. We're talking about transness. We're talking about queerness. We're talking about, the right to equal and fair payment. And then you're giving us a court full of the most talented women on the planet, playing each other so hard in such a competitive and gorgeous, intense, beautiful way. And they're all standing up for social justice. And so I think, and then, even the tunnel fits, there are just so many crossovers where you're I don't understand what part of women's sports you couldn't be excited about. And we drool over this stuff. So it just made sense to be let's drool in public.
Oh, this is good. but you actually have to have a lot of knowledge to speak on these topics. So who's the nerd? Who's the sports nerd here? Who carries the weight of the sports like lingo?
I think we do. I think we have different specialties. Like I grew up playing soccer. That's
Whoop,
like
whoop.
what
Brr, 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 brr.
that is what I'm obsessed with. And I think Fight loves basketball. And Katie, I think, has kind of like a smattering of everything because I think for our audiences, like we all touch on a different level of knowledge of the sports. And so like a lot of our episodes too, we're learning about like the PWHL for the first time or like talking about women's rugby for the first time and kind of learning along with our audience. And once we get that going, I feel like that's the easiest way in, I think, for sports fans is just like personalities. And I think you don't need to know like deep, hardcore, nerdy shit to be like, oh my God, I love like Asia Wilson. Like, you know, like I think that's what's so amazing about women's sports is that like you can appreciate the like wonderful athletic ability and they are just like amazing personalities. Like these are people who are like brilliant, smart, like amazing human beings. So like it's such an easy way to get in without having to be like, well, I was just gonna like make up a basketball play.
Also, like it's beautiful too because, and I say this so often, like what I love about sports, it's really a melting pot of all different cultures. Like it sucks because we didn't have this to look at every week when we were growing up. Like as a kid, I was watching basketball and skateboarding and surfing and wrestling and all, but it was all men. And I get to think now, I was just watching the basketball game with my young daughter who's biracial. How fucking cool is it that she gets to watch TV and see people like her and all different types, like also very queer. Women's sports are very queer. I feel like I would have had a little bit easier of a time understanding why I moved in the world so differently at such an early age if I had access to like actually seeing people move like me in the world.
Totally.
So we're in like such a cool time where we can talk about humor, we can talk about queerness, we can talk about sports, and it literally is sitting in the center of culture. And I don't think many things have that.
That is so true, and I think that like more so than the entertainment world for me, like sports were where I was seeing people that I was like, oh, I feel a kindredness to this person. Like I remember seeing Abby Wambach. I remember watching you. Like I just remember being like, oh, like inside of the sports world, I'm seeing like these. There's actually a little bit more. Even unintentional, like playfulness with gender, there just seems to be like so much more of a spectrum. And actually, because it's not being talked about, it feels really normal. You know what I mean? Like everybody that played on a sports team, we know that one girl that like would have absolutely plowed through everyone on the other team and would shave her head if you asked her to. And then we all know the one girl that got like, that puts on her nails right after the game. And they're both so athletic and no one's calling this one mask and no one's calling this one femme. So you're like in these sports spaces, you actually get to experience gender without a ton of the pressure that in the entertainment industry, you have to label it because that's how you're selling the package.
Oh, so true. And really well said. It's interesting. I didn't think about a lot of these things when I was playing because I felt so safe because it is such an accepting culture to be in, like such a team sport that everyone is accepted for all the different things and you learn to adapt and move in spaces you're unfamiliar with. Like sometimes my team would have someone come in and they would pray before games. And I was like, some days I'd be like, fuck it. I want to go in there. I want to hear what it was so pivotal in my life lessons of understanding the way other people show up and why they do. And to be able to have access to that made me so much more compassionate than judgy. And I think this fucking landscape is like, we're throwing grenades and bombs at anyone that doesn't move like us or see eye to eye like us. And I feel like sports was such an awesome learning lesson for me to be like, oh, all of these different walks of life have to come in together and move like a really well-oiled machine. And chemistry is so vital to the success.
Yes.
Is it like that? But is it like that in, in your work and the way you show up? You both are in the entertainment business. Is it like that when you're on sets? Is it like that when you're doing stand up? Is it like, or is it just totally fucking different?
I think it depends on, I've experienced both sides. Like I've experienced like what Fight and I have gotten to cultivate in the comedy world is that I think, and I don't want to speak for you specifically, Fight, but like when I do stand up, it's easier than ever to like go do a show and everyone is like queer or like everyone is much more accepting and you're not hearing like bad, terrible, like transphobic, homophobic open mic jokes or the jokes that like your drunk uncle makes like at Thanksgiving that these like hack comics are doing. Like there are spots now that are, to me, doing like the most thoughtful comedy, which I think is the most important type of comedy that is actually like talking truth to power. And in terms of sets, I mean, it's 50-50. I've been able to work on like amazing, beautiful sets. My best experiences have been led by women, like female directors and like female producers. Like hands down, that environment is always so uplifting and much more understanding and empathetic. Like everyone leads with empathy. And I've also been on sets where that's not the case. It's like, it really is 50-50. And I feel like for our industry, it's starting to feel like we're sliding back a little bit.
Yes. I think that like a team, I think that we're all responsible as a cast on like an ideal set. We're all responsible for kind of advocating for other people. Like that's the best case scenario, because like if I work on a TV show and all of the crew guys are like older white bearded dudes that don't have a lot of queer community and they're misgendering me the entire time. Well, I don't want to put myself in like a weird kind of social position of being the one that corrected them over and over again. So I rely on the actors with me to do the same. And in the reverse of that, if I'm on set with another actor who's explaining to me that she feels uncomfortable when this person's in the room, or that they feel like there's like they can't stand these type of like race-based jokes, then it's my responsibility to intervene in those situations. And I do think that those are the spots where I felt most comfortable and excited, is when the cast takes responsibility for each other. And I think that's always a possibility. So that's the world I like to keep imagining.
I like that too. And it's so true, because we all have platforms. We all have microphones in front of our mouth all the time. And I try to say this so often, it like, even to the younger players, like it really matters what you say, because people like hang on it. They feel that you are their role model, and like you got to educate yourself, and you got to want more than just your sport. Like sports sit at the center of culture. When you talk about social justice, how can you not think about the WNBA? Look what's fucking going on right now. It's so good for me. I'm like eating popcorn. I'm like, keep going.
Yeah.
Like with Nafisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hold
Yeah.
them accountable. Hold them accountable. Like, do not roll over and be grateful for whatever they think you should be fucking grateful. We sued US Soccer. That's the first thing they said. You should be grateful for what you have. And we're like, nah, go fuck yourself. We'll take you to court.
They love saying that.
Why?
They love
Grateful
your boss
for what?
loves
Being
saying that.
highly underpaid and
Yeah.
overworked?
I mean,
Crazy.
I think those two things that you brought up, Fight and Ashlyn of like, you know, advocating for like the most like precarious or most vulnerable person or groups of people. It's like it extends to outside. It's like what we're seeing now, you know, like with what's going on in our world. Like if you advocate for the most vulnerable people, it helps everyone. And I think teams do that really well when they like, we talked to two PWHL players and they really talked about advocating for like their queer and trans players when they were opening up, like when they were starting the league. And you can see that reflected in the entire establishment. And I feel like in this case with the WNBA, it seems like all of the players are rallying around with each other because you're starting to see like, yeah, actually we do have more power together against these like people who are trying to keep us down.
Yeah.
Well, it's just greed. They want to keep, you know, the players are building the magic. People are tuning in and filling the stadiums because they're absolutely obsessed with these players. And to not pay them for what they're worth, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be like, no, we're not doing this. We're not.
That's why
we're not
unions
making.
rule.
We're not making $80,000 a year for a rookie contract. When I'll be really honest, I'm a Liberty season ticket holder, and the floor seats are up to like $77,000. I'm like, where the fuck is this money going if you're not going to pay them?
Wow, good for that.
$7,000
for two tickets. So me and Sophia have tickets. We were paying like, I don't know, let's just say like $26,000 for two tickets, and we were a row back, and they were like,
"That's college tuition."
I got two babies, honey. They were like, "You want floor seats? $77,000," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll pay it as soon as you start putting it in the back pocket of the players, and not your greedy ass self."
That's a
and then here we are, and here we are fighting over Caitlin Clark making $80,000. You know, Babe Ruth in 1930 made more than that.
Holy cow!
Please save me with the BS.
That's a great
Pay
stat.
these fucking women.
Yeah,
pay these women what they're worth, and it's not $80,000 a year.
You know, Nafisa is so it was such an interesting thing to do because I think, you know, and we know this on the entertainment side of things, there's actually so many scare tactics that go into keeping people quiet. Like the people in charge of you or in positions of power, like the things that get said are like unimaginable. And they just believe in a world in which you will not have the guts to go and tell on them because they will ruin your life. And like, yeah, that's scary. And Nafisa Collier understood her worth enough to go, try to ruin my life, bitch.
Yeah. Also, she's like, I've already built a backup plan for all of these players. You don't scare us. We make money now, and we're making it over here. So either you want to fuck with this, or we'll just steal the whole thing and run somewhere else. Like, that's the thing. They can build something themselves that people will be totally down with and a part of.
Yeah, I mean, look how good
Unrivaled
3v3 did. Yeah.
Unrivaled has been insane. The success, year one.
And they're
imagine
playing
where
their
this is
players
going to
well.
be.
And they've given their players a share of of the revenue and the stock. It is totally like workers' rights. It's like just like unions are amazing and like coming together and like giving power to the people who actually are putting the product out on to the court, field, whatever industry is like can be a lesson for every industry, what Nafisa is doing and what the WNBA players are doing. Kathy's shaking in her boots.
Oh, man.
Honey, she came with receipts. She pulled that paper out. She was like, quote, brr, end quote. And everyone goes, like, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, did I just black out, or she just fucking came with receipts and quotes? And I was like, yep, this is about to get serious.
That's amazing.
And then Kathy did come forward and you know, it does always work a little bit on me. Like I can always feel a little tiny bit of empathy when they're like, I have kids, like my kids are seeing this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but you didn't have any fucking empathy for anybody else when you were saying that shit. And now you're asking for empathy.
Yeah, and some of these women are getting highly underpaid. Like Ellie, the fucking elephant, is making more than the players. And then
Wait, how much is Ellie making?
I don't know, but
$1
I
billion?
bet you, no.
That makes sense.
I don't have any like receipts, but I heard over $500,000. Okay, wait, I don't know. We need team. I need that fact check.
Producers.
Wait a minute.
Start fact checking.
$500 million in crypto? No, we just start making. She's getting paid $500 million in crypto, and she gets to be mayor of New York City.
Wow,
exactly.
And it's a
It
real
comes with
elephant.
all of these perks. And end quote. But moving on from the WNBA, because their hands are going to be full. They're not going down without a massive. Who's this little pretty little kitty cat?
This is Clyde, and I normally would not bring him into the frame, but if you guys are hearing like crashing and glass, it's because I'm not giving him enough attention, and he's feeling
the same
frustrated. Way. Yeah,
I'm the same way. I get it. That's me
to
a T.
I see you.
Hi, cutie.
I hear you, and I'm working.
Clyde.
Okay, and I'm working. I'm working to pay for your food.
Insert any type of promo to get a deal for cat food. Boom.
Please.
My next question, just to pivot and move along from the WNBA and keeping it queer, because I love all things queer. What would you say, out of all the things women's sports, what would be like your queer awakening? Like what moment in women's sports were you like, this is for me?
I mean, I feel like I have such a stereotypical answer, but it really is my truth. Brandy Chastain.
Me too. Take that shirt off, honey.
Take that shirt off. I remember just like watching it. I was watching the World Cup with my parents, and I just remember being like, okay, that just happened.
Oh.
I'm feeling these feelings in front of my mom and dad. What's going on? And I also had her poster. I have that poster still. It's like her with her shirt off, like the famous Sports Illustrated cover of her like on the ground. I just remember being like, wow, that's like so powerful, and like I had just never seen anything like that before.
That was cool.
ER, what's yours?
In 2000. Like the early 2000s, when everyone started wearing spandex underneath their basketball shorts. and then
I don't know where this is going.
Well, just seeing it, like I think I've talked about this on Jockular, but like, so when they get in like a defensive position and they'd like, they'd be ready to guard, and they'd like yank their shorts up a little bit, and you'd see the spandex, and it was like seeing like stockings. Like it was just like, I felt like I was like seeing like gorgeous like French prostitutes, but it was like all my friends in basketball shorts with spandex underneath. So yeah, turns out I'm still gay. Isn't that crazy?
Yep. Crazy, weird.
Yeah.
I will say, after the Brandy Chastain thing, I was walking around shirtless for too long. I don't know how long, but too long. Everyone was like, we get it. And now I'm thinking back, I'm like, I didn't know if I wanted to be her or like fuck her. I don't know what was going on. Every time I see her,
conundrum.
I'm just, I was like walking around, I was shirtless, and I'm like, yeah. And now I think back and I'm like, are you fucking good? Something was clearly not clocking for you. Like you had every sign in front of you, and you were still trying to be straight.
But did you come around on it? Because I think actually the truth of like young queerness is, I don't know if I want to be her or if I want to kiss her. And then once you're like an older queer, you're like, no, I want to be them, or I want to kiss them. And it's rarely for me ever the same.
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, I still have a pretty heavy crush there.
Yeah,
in
good
the prime. Yeah. I would have loved to be in that pit. Everyone just like,
yeah.
That's what Tien talks about all the time.
No, I talked about like, the moment where like all your hot friends run over and
sweaty, hair blowing,
and they're like picking you up and like,
Tien, you've done it. You've done it again.
Honestly,
What's
maybe
that
it's
slow-mo song? What's that? Someone help me.
Oh yeah, what the hell is that? That TikTok trend?
the like
Yes.
sports slow-mo song, like
Oh, is it dun 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 dun?
As I'm moving, shirtless.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, maybe it's less that like it was her, but maybe it was the moment where everyone runs towards her. I definitely was like, yeah, that's
a
gay,
dream.
I think.
I love that this whole conversation is just queer and gayness right now, and I'm not going off of the topic. So I hope we're ready.
What
to
else
strap
is
in.
there?
I don't know what else to do.
Strap in. Let's strap on.
Let's strap on.
And
Scene.
promo here.
Okay.
We are just selling all of the good causes for the ladies. So
Nike Skims, put out a strap on. No, just kidding.
seriously, give
Great
us
idea.
something to work with.
Sorry, Kim K.
Swoosh, just do her.
Kim, just do her.
We're writing it already.
Yeah, we're giving this to them.
We can't. No, this is not for free. This is not for
Yeah,
free.
no, fuck
okay?
you. Copyright
Yeah.
TM.
No, you're right. Yeah.
This is not for free. So now, after this podcast, we are going to start our own brand,
Of course.
our own lesbian chic,
queer,
sexual, athletic. Or what is? We got to think of a name. We've got to really, because Nike will come after us. So this is our next
Dikey.
phase.
Oh!
And
You are too quick.
Wow.
I just
Trademark.
Producers, get on it.
Wow.
okay.
Oh my God. The tagline is
making
going
it
to be
happen.
so epic. I'm serious. We're making this happen. Why wouldn't we? Are you kidding me?
It should just be Dikey, just do her.
Yeah,
Like,
there it is.
That's it.
Dikey,
just do
her. I really
just-
think we just can we do this every week?
Yeah.
It'd be really
We're good. This is at
Fuck.
least a
This is our
$46,000
this is our
idea.
new entrepreneurial think tank, and
Yeah.
we're just coming up
Do
with
you-
businesses left and right.
100%.
Do you think we should be on Shark Week?
Shark Week?
Shark Week.
Not Shark Week, Shark Tank.
No, I actually want it to be Shark Week.
Hunting the blood. Oh my God, we're a
Ooh.
fucking mess. See where we're going there? We don't miss.
Yes, but
We
I
don't
only
miss.
want a deal from Lori. If we're on Shark Tank, I only want a deal
Okay.
from Lori.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
I
Yes.
love Lori. She's so beautiful and she's
Lori
so
short
firm.
hair, right?
Yes.
No, well,
Okay,
no,
okay.
no. I think if I'm thinking right, Lori's the one that does QVC. Like, so she's got like the ponytail.
Oh.
Yeah,
the
and then
sharks.
Barbara is the short-haired one that you're
Barbara,
thinking.
sorry.
Yes.
I
No.
love Barbara too.
I want the QVC woman with a ponytail because there was just a whole episode I watched where a guy like wasn't really listening to her or looking at her, and she just went, "I'm out. You're disrespectful.
Yes.
You're a misogynist. I'm out."
And he was like, "Wait, what did I do?" And she's like, "You know what you did."
Yeah, I love her. Oh my God, if she's watching this,
I-
I love you, and she's probably watching this.
Well, she better be, and now
Yeah.
she will.
She's already in for 50% on
Uh-huh.
Dikey.
Dikey. Literally is the most epic thing I've ever heard. Okay, back to sports. Jesus. Okay, serious question though. If women's sports had the gay Olympics, what would be the main events in your opinion? Like, what are we doing? We're gonna start a league too. We're gonna start a brand. We're gonna start just this whole queer gay league. We're taking over. You know what? We've had enough. You guys, you've had plenty of shit for you, and now it's time for us.
I think one of the Olympic events would be being friends with your ex. And
I'm not there yet, so I have no context. I got to be
I'm
honest.
not there yet either. I'm not there
needs
yet
it?
either.
Fuck that
I'm
one.
just saying. I think maybe I'm not there yet either, but I'm just saying someone would run for that.
Sounds like luxury. I'm quite on the very opposite of the spectrum here.
I want one that's like kind of like similar to archery, but it's like weaponized therapy speech.
Okay, that's
good.
Therapy speak, and so
That's-
it's just like you have to like carve in like a therapy term, or like no, there's like a topic, and it's someone being like, "Hey, I actually really didn't like it when you said that mean thing to me," and then a bunch of like really like sassy lesbians have to just like carve like well, I didn't like it when you didn't like it because it made me feel like you were projecting a negative meaning of my emotions onto my actions. And then they fire an arrow into the heart of the person that said their feelings were hurt.
I mean, have you thought of this before, or this is just off the cuff?
I think you can tell this is off the cuff.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever thought. I feel like maybe another Olympic event could be walking through Dyke Day without running into any ghosts.
Oh
wow. God. I can't even go anymore. And everyone's sitting on a fucking picnic, so you're just like standing, walking past, like.
No, it's really.
God,
there's nothing worse than like running into someone on Dyke Day that you didn't want to run into, but you have to look up at them from the picnic.
Oh my God! Yes, you're sitting like and cross-legged. Jesus.
Yeah, you're cross-legged, looking up. You're like, "Hi,
yeah, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
What,
yeah,
4 years?
Who would be the main sponsors? Because we have to be selective.
Okay,
like obviously Balesa. The sex toy group, obviously them, because they have like the most like immaculate they're ever present online, I think. So they're gonna be in there.
Oh my God.
Who else? Maybe like Penguin, the book publishing company.
Okay,
that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Merriam-Webster, just the dictionary.
Was just thinking, yeah.
Just get the dictionary in there. They had a really funny ad recently.
What?
This is the nerdy side coming out.
I love
it. Obviously Subaru.
Obviously Subaru.
Oh God, without question.
I feel like we're not thinking of like an art branding company. There has to be something that like a company that makes paints, like oil paints.
Yeah. And I think I feel like we lesbians always get made fun of for Home Depot, but Lowe's is actually a better company.
100%.
Have to. Lowe's is actually a much better, more progressive of the home improvement companies,
especially power tools.
Oh, and don't even get me started. I went to a Home Depot in Vancouver, and they didn't even have fucking lumber.
Are you serious?
What the fuck? What are they selling?
Did I call ahead of time and ask about their like 2x4 selection? I did. Did they say they had them? Yes. Did I show up there's no lumber at all? Yes. Abusers. Lowe's it is.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I can't. Okay.
I know national parks don't do sponsorships, but we could get like Joshua Tree to back us, or like Zion. We can get one of the national parks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know. I really thought you were about to go to about Disney because so many queer people love Disney and all. But after that last ordeal, I'm like,
no.
No.
I think Disney's gonna
Disney
play it
really
safe for a while.
Yeah.
Disney really.
Yeah, Disney's tough. I had a friend once say that I had Disney energy, and it was the meanest thing anyone has ever said.
I hope you cut that person out.
No, I went.
Yeah. It was me. That's why I have the black eye.
Yeah. Y'all are abusive over there. Let me tell you what.
We're rough and tumble. That's
to the
word
throat.
Before.
Oh my gosh. Well, what queer icons would you draft in your fantasy sports league? Like, not for talent, just totally for vibes.
Okay, how many people are we talking? Like, what sport are we talking about? Because I feel like I would have different.
Oh, we want to go okay.
Wait a minute. I'm saying straight up right away.
Here we go.
I want Sue Bird in there. I love Sue. Sue's a perfect hang.
Okay.
Yes.
I just like the cool factor unlimited. I'm getting Sue.
Okay.
Vibes.
I'm going Sally Ride from the
Yes.
Go off.
That documentary was amazing, and she's been to space. Okay. She's been to space. We got a space girly.
Okay, but did you cry in it? Why was I crying so much?
Well, because it's just like you're seeing this person who got to live their life but didn't get to live it out loud. Yeah.
Like did you watch this?
No.
Talk about like it'll really
really
bring you to your knees.
Okay.
It's really.
Okay, I need that.
And for all of you out there, if you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor because I know all of our listeners are mostly queer and gay anyways, and you really need to watch this because whoa. I saw it I think it was at the film festival in Telluride, and I was like,
Oh.
I didn't want anyone to see me. I was like, I think I was ugly crying at one point. Like I couldn't catch my breath.
Totally.
When they were like dancing and it was like the last
know.
moments, and I was like,
Mhm.
I am not ready for this type of shit.
No, you were like, send me to space. I don't want anyone to see me. cry.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, I'm like a big fun fact about myself, which most people maybe know, but maybe not. I grew up, like, I was born in Cape Canaveral Hospital. My area code is 321. I lived next to Kennedy Space Center. My
Okay.
town was called Satellite Beach.
Wow.
My high school was Satellite High School with like the space shuttle and the astronaut.
Okay,
Like,
that's very cool.
I went to our like class had to like walk outside, and we would stand in a line and we'd watch every shuttle.
Wow.
My whole
That's
life.
cool.
Wow. That's really cool.
It's like probably the coolest thing about me, truthfully. That's it. That's all I got. It's like it's really
Cape Canaveral.
literally.
Cape Canaveral. That's not true.
I mean,
That's not
I mean,
true.
That's not true.
Yes, but I told Sophia that story, and she's safe. She's a space baby, and like the rest was history.
That's sweet.
That was all I had to say.
Hmm.
And then she was like, "You're my space baby."
You know what? That would be a good one. What about the ability? So if we're going to the Olympics real quick, if we're going back to the game,
Okay, we're going
Yes,
back.
we're going back.
you
going back.
have 15 minutes to hyperconnect with a stranger.
Where are we going?
You have. I'm just
I
telling
think
you. You have
Is
15
this like
minutes to
ultimate empathy? Like how quickly can you get into a deep?
How deep and how are you either
Yes.
going straight to best friendship or you're going to falling in love? And if the person,
Yes.
and the person is kind of like a judge, afterwards they'll be like, I don't know, I didn't feel like super connected to you. You're out. You're fucking disqualified. But if they're like, I don't know, yeah, like I was dating my boyfriend Mark, who's like, he's less of a boyfriend, more of a brother. When Julia started talking about her interest in salamanders, I just was like, wait, I love salamanders. And Mark faded from my memory. Okay, that's a gold medal. That's a gold medal.
You're also an actor. And you can talk into these fucking look what you just did. I'm like, who am I talking to?
I think
And I
I'd
also
like
think
that
you just created Love Is Blind.
Seriously, right there.
I'm watching.
Nailed.
This season's fucked up.
I can't even watch it.
There's a little
too much for me.
homophobic. They're all talking about traditional
Yes.
gender norms. It's a little strange this time around.
So the
Yeah.
next thing we need to do is create a reality show about women's sports.
Ooh.
God, I would watch the hell out of that.
Right? And it's like
Yes.
it's really needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see more behind the scenes, period.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
Do you think everyone is sleeping together, attracted to I mean, it's like confusing. It is, right?
We know that they're sleeping together. What else could
Yeah.
they possibly be doing?
I
Yeah.
mean,
If they're taking their
In
job
my mind, it's
seriously.
the best.
Yeah. That would be strange. Yeah,
I'm like-
it'd be a lack of judgment to not sleep with your teammate.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about chemistry.
100%.
Truly.
Until it doesn't work out when we have like a really toxic situation going on.
Right. And then, of
Right.
course, that's
Right,
when
right.
everyone says, like, you never should have dated your teammate. But in the beginning, everyone's like, obviously, we want this to happen.
Obviously, you should date your team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a
my
lot of
God.
pressure.
I know.
Yeah.
And I would watch every single second of it. Could you do either of you watch the like HBO Hard Knocks NFL?
Yes. Yes.
Could you imagine if they fell in love? That's what I would watch that. I'd watch that if they were
100%.
dating each other.
I have a really, really hard time with men's sports sometimes, and especially listening to them and how I'm like, first off, half of you are gay or queer. And
Yes.
you're like, just enough. What, like, I'm going to get serious for a second, which doesn't happen very often with us. Like, what do you think we could do to help change the landscape of more? I mean, statistically, we clearly know, and if you've been around any male
Yes.
athletes, very feminine, very queer. They are in there, they are quiet. Like, what do you think it is? Like, why are we so? Is it just because they don't feel safe? Is it toxic masculinity? Like,
Yeah.
what do we do?
I think it's toxic masculinity.
Yeah, it's a deep-rooted hatred of women. It's a deep-rooted
Yeah.
hatred of the feminine.
Yeah.
Because they're all still, I mean, it's like the Republicans, right? Like we know that like Grindr shuts down after every RNC because there's so much increased usage. And then of course this is the party of like hate speech against the queer community that they claim to serve. And I think that when you look at, like, of course, we're also getting fans in the men's sports space that are like are so actively in the comments talking about how much they hate women's sports, and you're like, okay, same thing with the Republicans talking about these like gender roles in which the women are slaves inside of their own homes. All of this is stemming from a fear of the feminine inside of themselves because they've degraded the feminine outwardly so much. And so if they perceive themselves as feminine, then they have to live in the world in which they've created, which feminine is bad. And so a lot of the even way that they talk about like queerness, I think inside of that community is jokes. Like it's like kind of all of these hyper aggressive jokes about queerness. So it's like even when they're thinking about it, they're coming from a place of violence. So I don't know that I think that there's going to be any change in that direction, especially because every out player that we've had, like there was that player in the whatever soccer league that just came out, and he was immediately traded. Or excuse me, not traded. He was let go. And we had that same thing with Carl Nassib, was it? Nassib, I think, who was the like first player in the NFL to come out and then was released. And so I think
that's happened multiple times.
Yeah,
they're not
come out after they've already left the league. Yeah.
These fuckers are hooking up with each other, and they are right to understand that they are not remotely ever going to be in a safe enough place to come out as long as we live in a patriarchy that hates women.
Yeah,
that part. ER over here dropping dimes on us, and but I don't even know how to fix it because it's a system that's so deeply rooted. It's like, unless like a bunch of people come out at once, which I heard at one point, rumors were surfacing that like a bunch of NFL, not a bunch, but a handful of players were going to come out and kind of like be a pact and do it together, and never heard anything from that. And I also heard Taylor Swift at one point was going to do it. And look, here we are. We're engaged in writing songs about woods.
Oh, please. Yeah.
I think is very gay behavior.
Very gay behavior.
Magic wand, inherently gay term.
That's what I was doing in high school. I was talking too much about wood and magic wands.
But I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that to the queer community right now. I don't want to because I think the lyric like, I'm not a bad bitch and this isn't savage is the straightest thing I've ever heard. Like there's no part of me that was like that.
We're confused.
That was queer. I was like, no. She's good.
No, she's violently straight.
She
but
knows
I'm just saying the song about the penis is like
gay.
Too much. It's very gay.
I would say it was virginal.
Okay, that's fair.
There was something about it that was like, boners in the morning, they get hard. Boners in the evening, yes they are. Like,
okay, it worries me. You know a little too much.
How
much are we listening to?
I did make those lyrics up, and I feel like you're gonna get sued by Taylor Swift for thinking that those were real.
I know. I'm like, wait, do you really know the fucking lyrics?
I just listened to the whole. I love listening to whole albums when they come out. I did the same thing.
Or do you love Taylor Swift?
I love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I've got no ill will towards Taylor Swift. I think it's awesome that women like Taylor and Beyonce are at the absolute apex of what it means to be like a musician in power. I think that like still that's important for specifically women to see in a world that's not catered to women being billionaires. So I listen to, when I'm on tour especially, we'll just sit and listen to whatever albums that come out that day. We did the same thing with Charlie XCX. Like it's fun to listen to full albums, and then you really kind of get whatever picture the artist is telling. And this was an interesting one. It was just like
you creator baby. You are such a artist at core.
You know what? She articulated I will say this for her very strongly. She articulated exactly the message that she wanted to. And that, if that's the goal of art, then she made good art.
I love that. Period.
I'll never have an opinion either way.
I know I'm like not fussed either
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
I'm like a mom of 2 toddlers. I don't have time to listen to music. I don't have to have fucking time to watch movies or TV. I'm like, if it's not sports, my kids are like, yeah, it's what is the new one? Demon Hunters.
Oh,
My
yeah.
4-year-old is like, Mom, I want a braid for school
The
today. And
takedown. Yeah.
I'm like, I only
I
know
have
the
to
gay
watch
soccer braid. I don't know the fucking French thing that starts here. And I'm like, you're getting the slick pony and then you're getting the sports braid. Okay, Mama can do that. That's it. Don't ask for anything else.
I know what you mean. The front, you're like, I'm braiding the hair that is hanging away from the head. I'm not integrating the hair that's connected to your head up here.
Like I got on, swear to God, I think it was TikTok, and I put in the search like Demon Hunters braid, and I'm like seeing all these moms, and I looked at it was so fucking complicated. I was like, nope. Not gonna happen. YouTube, nope, not gonna happen.
I was a little startled by that movie because I don't think it was clear enough to the children that I was watching it with that the demon man is bad. The man is a demon. He says point blank, this is not me like queer flubbing it. He says point blank, I'm going to use her shame against her. And then he pursues her, pretends that he's kind of falling in love.
Spoilers!
Tien, this is the #1 streamed show on
No, I know. I keep
It's
trying to
insane.
watch it.
And the young people are thinking this man is hot. They're like, well, at the end of it, doesn't he have growth? No, bitch. He basically disintegrates. And the children aren't grasping this.
It follows every TV show.
I know. It's a bummer.
You know?
It is a bummer.
Sounds a lot like Sex in the City. Like this demon sounds like Mr. Biggs. I don't know what to say.
Oh,
Mr. Biggs.
Oh God.
You dyke.
We've really
Mr. Biggs. Is it just
Mr.
Big? Yeah.
Mr. Big.
Is it Mr.
It's Mr.
No, it's just Big.
It's just Big.
Did I say
guys.
Biggs?
Yeah, you did. You said
I
Big.
think you did.
Yeah.
I love that show too. Okay, Mr. Biggs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are you an Aiden or Mr. Big guy?
Neither. They're both gross.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Hot takes.
Oh, there goes the juice box.
Yeah. Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, before we end, I do have one last question because I really value both of your opinions, and I wonder, out of all the growth we've had in women's sports, and both of you have been a part of watching or youth sports, like what do you think we haven't achieved yet in women's sports you would like to see? Not culturally, but like you specifically, what do you feel that we just have not checked that box in women's sports yet?
Mine is going to be a little controversial. I think it's self-respect. And I think it's particularly it's self-respect juxtaposed to like as women's sports versus men's sports. And I think that you can see this lack of self-respect in the trans conversation. And of course, I'm not including everyone in this. I'm just saying I think this would be like monumental change. One of the conversations that comes up most often when you're talking to specifically a woman who does not want trans women in sports is that there's actually this inherent belief that all men are better athletes than all women. And the athletes that I know that are not transphobic tend to be the best fucking women on the field or on the court, where they have self-respect and they're like, let the best player play. It feels much less gendered. And I think that you can also see this of like, and this is no heat or shade on anyone, but I think that a lot of like the sports spaces, they started to feel more legitimate when male celebrities started to show up. And that also felt like a weird, like, well, you know what? You actually, like, you had a lot of queer people showing up. You had a lot of women in the industry showing up. You had a lot of people supporting you before. And now, like, these guys, who I'm glad that they're there, are, like, really so important to us in a way that doesn't feel, like, totally, like, it makes sense to me. And I think that once we really come to terms with the fact that women are as talented as any other being on the planet, if not more talented and more spectacular and more interesting to watch. I don't think that we'll need the external validation. I don't think we'll worry so much about trans people playing these sports. And I think we'll be able to relax into these spaces and not worrying about what trolls are saying, about what anybody thinks about us. And these spaces are sacred. So I want to enjoy them. And that requires us feeling confident about what we've created.
Yeah. And to kind of piggyback off of that, less of like what I think that women's sports hasn't checked off, but it's more that like sometimes I think that list of achievements is in comparison to men's leagues. And I don't like the fear that I have with the growth, which is amazing, is that some of the toxicity and sort of like the like uber hyper capitalism of men's sports seeping into women's sports in a way where like, you know, something like the wobble wouldn't have happened, or like something like where these athletes don't feel empowered to like break from the status quo. I think we are seeing that in these leagues of like Nafisa Collier stepping up and speaking out, or like the PWHL being so like a wonderful league and so like empowering of queer and trans athletes, is because they haven't had that level of like male toxicity or like like the toxic masculinity that can like kind of come into like the crowds. Like I love that with the growth of women's sports, like when I go to a WNBA game or an NWSL game, it feels really amazingly queer. And it feels safe for everyone. I don't feel that way when I go to a men's sporting event.
No.
And I hope that with the growth that like the values that women's sports have been built on don't get lost in chasing the dollar bills.
Yeah, because money isn't everything. You don't want to sell yourself to the devil here. And I think that's where people miss it. And you both just said it so beautifully. It's like there's a lot more to the puzzle and the pie here. It's not just about making money. There's a lot of, you know, other things that really matter that, you know, we're going to push the needle forward. And we need to be a part of that change.
Yeah, like you said, those ticket prices, that can like very quickly ostracize, alienate a group of your fan base who can't afford it.
Who
And,
can
like,
afford that?
I know who can afford
Who the
that.
fuck
Those-
can?
yeah. So
It's really it's the truth, and you start losing the identity and what really this culture was built on, and it's not the playbook of men.
no.
It is literally feeling so seen and feeling a part of the growth and a part of the struggle. Like all of these fans have been there from the beginning. It's a totally different clientele. It's a totally different fan base.
Totally.
The playbook cannot be the same as the men. And that's why like I've been a part of a lot of failed leagues. A lot of it was we were failing because we were using the playbook of men's sports.
Yep.
It doesn't fucking work. We are totally different. The way we show up, the way we operate, all of it.
I think that's true. I think that's true even like, you know, constantly thinking about it. So sorry to bring it back, but this like trans conversation is like, I don't want, you know, for the people who do consider trans women just men that are trying to get ahead, which is like so fucking insane and antiquated
So crazy.
and outdated.
It's so stupid.
It is.
For the people that think that, I'm like, that type of behavior is not welcome here. Like there is no room for me in women's sports for bigotry of any kind. And I mean, I even felt like a sense of relief when we found out that the people that were throwing like sex toys on the court, when it was like some fucking dude, because a big part of my brain was like,
Of course.
I don't want
Yes.
this, not from our people. And I think that, you know, regardless of what biases you hold, there is women's sports is a sacred space to a lot of people. It's where a lot of people do feel safe. It's where they see their queerness for the first time. It's where they see strong women with different bodies. It's where they see queer people. It's like this is sacred, and I don't want any of the male fan energy to come warp what we've built.
Correct. Exactly. And you both are really paving the way to create that safe space through your podcast and what you're doing. I'm sad Katie's not here today, but we'll catch up with her next time. But I appreciate you both being on the show. And more importantly, I appreciate the way you show up in the world and you want to be a part of this change and you're inviting everyone in because we need more belonging. We need more community, like especially right now with what's going on. And sports is that through line. Sports, especially women's sports, is just like you said, ER, like you can really see yourself, and it's a safe space where everyone's accepted. And that is sacred to our community. And you bring the right type of language, community, education, and laughter that really is going to make us better and lift us up. And I appreciate it. I love listening to the podcast.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
And please, for the listeners or anyone watching, like, go check it out. It's fucking funny. It's real. It's honest. It's raw. And
we have a real dumb time, and you'll like
Yeah.
you have a great time, and we need more of that right now. So
Thank
if you
you.
want to, if anything else is coming up, you both want to talk about, please feel free. But everyone, go check out their podcast. It really is. It's an enjoyable time, and I sometimes feel like I'm sitting at the table with you, which is hard to do. So you're doing something right.
Well, now we finally are. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so
course.
much.
And tell
Of course.
Sophia I say hi. I love.
I will definitely do that. And hopefully when we get back to LA, we can all hang out
Yes.
and have a little bit of a date night or something fun. But I appreciate you both being on Wide Open. Thank you, everyone, for look who popped in.
My baby. Baby. Mwah.
Hey.
I have to lean
Okay, get on here, baby. Get on here, baby.
Let's go.
Can I? Hi.
Hi, my love. How are you?
Hi, cuties.
Good to see you.
I miss you guys.
Miss you too. You should have been here.
Do you want to bring home our podcast? Do you want to say thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Wide Open?
Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching all these hotties talk shit on Wide Open.
Gorgeous.
There we go.
Gorgeous.
You're the best.
That was beautiful.
We love you, baby. And there you have it. That's our show for the week. And we will see you next time on Wide Open with Ashlyn Harris.